Yo, what's good, YouTube? We are back with another video, and today it's February 26th. It's a Thursday, um, 9:10. So first thing we do, obviously we check our news. Already checked that. 8:30 news. We got unemployment claims. So yeah, so now we're just gonna jump right into it. Full screen up and jump on the 4 hour on each chart. Just check, what we did, where we're at, what had happened, and practically go from there. So we look to the left of us. We see that this recent high was not taken on ES. That will be our external buy side. We jump to NQ. We know it was taken right there as our external buy side. So we know from right now and from then we have an SMT pushing price lower. So we have a higher time frame SMT that's got put in on the 4 hour. Excuse me. So from here, we like to mark out our next target. So we would have this external high up here, which would be right there. This getting taken on NQ would mean something, but we'd also be in a 4 hour. We know that. But on an ES, we'd be right here, all the way back here. So that's where the charts are just discorrelated. They're not in any correlation. So now we're gonna mark our most recent low that we put in, which on the 4 hour it would be right here as our sell side liquidity. We go to NQ right there as our sell side liquidity. Boom. So we know we got resting sell side. We know buy side was taken. Higher time frame. We have a higher time frame SMT. We got a wide open 4 hour that has been yet to get filled. Go like this real quick. See if it has been filled at all. No, has not been filled yet. So we know this is still an open 4 hour. So we'll mark that out. We got a wide open 4 hour. We got sell side. Now from here, we're just looking for, a move. Is there a reason to go higher? Is there a reason to go lower? And, as you chart and you keep on dropping down time frames, you start to figure that out. So jump to the 1 hour on ES. Look for our, next most recent low would be here. So we got relative equal lows. That right there like that. Tighten that up a little bit. And then boom. Beneath this 4 hour, we have resting lows, here, here, and then that would be it. So we're gonna mark this out as our external sell side, and NQ, we know we have the same exact low, which would be right there as our external sell side. So we know we have everything that we need at the moment, right? And from here, we have to have a reason to go lower, yet there also is reason to go higher. We have high here, and then high to the left of us, equal highs. So relative equal highs. So we'll mark that out right up here. Bam. So now this will be our external, because that's what we're playing in the range of. We're going to see if that wants to, get taken, and we'll put that as our normal buy side liquidity. So this has yet to get taken. We know we have SMT, and that other high up here just does not correlate on ES. So we're going to leave that, be for the moment. So what I do is I just continue to drop down in time frame, 15-minute. And once I get to the 15-minute, I mark out my 930. Jump to the 15-minute here, mark out 930. And we have news. So news high would be here. News low would be here. So news really didn't do much. So now this is what we're gonna see, We got this high to the left of us, right? But we're gonna see what happens within this range now, as this being our buy side liquidity as well, and along with this. So we got our highs of the day, we got our lows of the day, and you know, we just want to see what happens. So as I'm looking here, 15-minute fair value gap is getting respected on ES, but not on NQ. I would look to see a 15-minute change right there if we wanted to dig lower, as well as this 15-minute getting invalidated. Just the 15-minute getting invalidated, it's not enough for me to be confident in. It could still, want to go lower, but it's still not likely for me to take that if we don't put a change in, what we're not going to. So no change gets put in, but towards the open, there's a lot of likelihood for us to want to put in this change and then go lower. So now we drop down to the 5-minute, and we want to see what's going to hold us. We have a whole bunch of generated sell side, right? So in my eyes, I'm going to look for something lower time frame. The 15 minutes not telling me, but maybe something lower time frame will. So this whole entire move, it's the cleanest on the 15-minute. So we're going to continue to just drop time frame and, see what wants to happen. We get a change on this 1 minute right here. Pull back to it, sell off a little bit, pull back to it off this candle. But again, like I said, nothing that I really want to see at the moment. So if we get down here and change there, then I do like that. We are inside of a 5-minute. So we inverse this 15, right? Opened up a 5-minute with that. And, we're respecting it. So this is where, my eyes are at and what I really want to see towards the open. I want to see if this wants to respect or if it doesn't want to respect. And then again, ES just respecting this 15-minute would not be enough for me to short. That's exactly what had happened yesterday. We respected and we did not put a full change in. I entered short and I eventually got stopped. But we come into the day and we're simply going to look for that. So over the course of this next 14 minutes, 13 minutes, simply just going to be watching for a lower time frame change in the state to confirm lower, would be the draw. Jump to the 15-minute, low here, lower time frame, there's lows, obviously. All this generated right there. So it's clean. Wide open 4-hour. We took buy side out. We rebalanced price up into this gap right here. From here to there. And boom, we put in a change. So this really is the change up here after we took that out. So we put this 3-minute change in. Bam, pull back to it, up inside the inverse, and we're starting to get that sell off. So my fault. All right, word. So now it looks like we're starting to get that, sell off, confirm change in the state, and we're just gonna wait over the course of these, next 12 minutes, see if it's really validated. And if we get that, we'll get this 30-minute change as well, which that's exactly what we want to see. So we know what we have, we know what we have marked out, we know what we would like to see here. So it's really a matter of all of it playing out. So if this 5-minute gets respected over these next 5 minutes, and then, the next candle opens up, changes down there, then I would like that. But just going to be patient, extremely patient today. No need to try and, jump the gun on nothing and, make a decision that we just will not like, you know? So just mark out everything you need to see. Want to see what this 5 minute does. Looks like it's respecting. And Q is starting to respect. ES is starting to disrespect. And that's where you just do nothing. You know, if one of these internal highs right here, like that high, gets manipulated up inside of this gap, then that's another thing we could look for. So we have to mark it out from here to there. And that would be our, you know, our gap, our imbalance, you could say. You wouldn't just mark this wick because it's an entire volume imbalance. So you would have to start it from the body to the body. And, you know, like I said, if we want to manipulate this internal high, it would make a lot of sense. And then we just push lower. So again, we're just watching, waiting. The 5 minute is getting respected. And we are starting to get that push. That's what the 5 minute gap did. So we invalidated it. But as soon as we open up the next candle, we're starting to get that, you know, that move lower. Lower time frame, that's what it looks like. Which this is, it's clean, it's nice, but it's not, you know, what I want to see right now. So again, I'm going to continue to wait. Just be patient. We know we have a low here, wide open 30 minute right there, which is a lot of reason to go back higher to then go back lower. So again, I'm just gonna wait for everything to get confirmed. I'm not in a rush or nothing. If we want to put this change in, I want to see ES put this change in as well. So that's exactly what I want to see. So if we want to go lower, right, and I'm gonna take a short lower, then I know I want to see ES put it in as well. If ES doesn't put it in, then I can, you know, I'd rather place my money on nothing. You know, if ES doesn't change and NQ does, it's the exact same thing that happened yesterday. So honestly, just gonna wait, be patient. Again, sorry about that. You know, that little beat in the back, that's a little smoke alarm. Working on that. But yeah. So in my eyes, it'll be nothing happening right now. It's cool if we invalidate this, but if we do change, right? We get that on ES too. Because it's inside of a 15 minute, so it's respecting. So that means like higher could easily be the draw, you know? And boom, we take out one of these lows, and all it is just a low to get taken, put in the SMT or an higher. So if that low gets taken before, you know, this even does that, then you could anticipate an SMT getting placed in the market. So ES starting to pick up. And that's exactly what you would want to see here. ES picks up, ES respects. It's okay that that gets invalidated. There's more reason that it's holding, like the 3 minute, if you see. Drop down to the 3 minute here. Tiny gap right there, holds. We fill back up into this inverse. So now my eyes are just on the 15-minute time frame, right? Because if we do get both of them, I could put a limit order. I would like to see the open. If we get down here and change, I'd like to see the open push. Fill my order, possibly. And, you know, we're short down to all this generated, and as well as NQ. So NQ looks like it's going to take this low. Bam, low gets taken. Just like that. Now, if we do not want to put a change in on ES and this low doesn't get taken, then we have a bullish SMT, you know? So we already have it. It's already confirmed that we have it. And with that, you know, It just has to be a reason for us to, move back higher. And if ES wants to hold and we have all of this, then higher easily could be the draw. So, boom, SMT. Low right there. Let's shrink this change so we could just see it more clear. Internal low right there. See if we want to take that as well. So the 15-minute, it looks like it's going to get put in on NQ. Again, like I said, I just will keep repeating it because that's exactly what you want to see. And, in a point in time right here, buy side already got taken, higher time frame bearish SMT, right? And then, boom, invalidate any gap, right? If we're bullish, this gap's supposed to hold. We're not supposed to get legs like this through. Put a leg through, and then now the next 15 minutes want to just change as well, get beneath that. That's a lot of, likelihood. We'll also get a 30-minute change off of this entire candle. It has to be something, like a candle like this. It can't just be a random candle. It has to be after, something significant happened, So if the gap is here, then I know I know that this will be a change because there's a gap. We ran the high right here to the left of us. And then we also have this high right here, right? Or we put in the SMT. And then we have this high right here that we took this. So we know we have a lot of, bearish signatures, you could say. And I'm gonna just get rid of this SMT for now. We know like this not getting taken out here is a reason, market could reverse, but it's starting to look like ES is picking up, and I do like that. So big 1 hour right there, jump to here. Looks like ES is gonna put that change in, so we like that. 1 hour right there. Huge reason to respect and reverse. So we gotta mark that out. So boom. Each low was now taken. We're gonna jump back to the 15-minute. Like that right there. We know we got both of the lows taken. And now we're gonna look for that next low because it's important. So we got this low right there. And then here. So if ES, wants to like just stay behind and lag behind, then we just gotta be patient. We gotta wait. So we know we're gonna get that change on NQ for sure. The next 2 minutes, I don't see us, coming back all the way up here. Especially if we're not gonna take that low first. Easily can look for a quick pullback to a change, and then target that internal low, go break even, and then target lower, obviously. So, and again, ES is validating that we are going to run this gap first, and then second, I want to see if ES wants to validate a change as well. So we're going to leave us on the 15-minute time frame for right now, up until 9:30 open, because that's going to be the most important thing. So we put that there. We're just going to wait. Again, you want to still see movement on ES. "45 seconds. And if there's no entry, we're just going to wait. Remember, this low gets taken. 1 hour right there. And if the low doesn't get taken, and 1 hour right there, then boom. We know that as well. So it's an understanding, what the draw is. We have an SMT in our time frame, right? Boom, SMT, invalidate, change, easily can look for a pullback, and then bam. So this low doesn't get taken. We have no bullish SMT in the market at the moment. So it would simply just be where we're going to put our stop loss to protect. So I do want to see. So look, now we know we took out this low and we didn't take it on ES, right? I want to see some sort of fill, We're inside that 1 hour now. And if we just want to get lower and run, then that's what we'll do. But we know we got that change put in. So it's valid. ES takes out this low as well. Bam. Okay. Four-hour low looking to get taken inside of a 4-hour gap as well. So it's another thing we're going to watch. So it's all just waiting at the moment. No opportunity to enter, so we just wait. Pull back to that 30-second. What I want to see here is a bit more, of a pullback. I wouldn't want to see this whole entire candle reverse though, so that's one thing, So now we have to look for some sort of like internal, more of a reason. Putting that little change right there. Pull back to that inverse. So we know we took this low here. So this low does get taken. This low does not get taken. Bullish SMT gets put in. I want to see what happens here though. Bam. So we know that one of these lows just got manipulated, right? Now I do want to see. I do want to see an internal low get ran first. Which we're putting in equal lows. Bam, take it right there. Right there, gets taken. So now, knowing we have this SMT in the market at the moment, it's big because now if we want to run all of this, I'll look to go long. But we know we still have this deeper sell side level, so we're simply just going to wait. We're not in any rush. We're just going to be patient and wait for something, clean. Again, you want to see some sort of liquidity taken out of the market first before you even, take your trade. So that's the biggest thing. And that's why a lot of people mess up. No form of liquidity gets taken. And once that happens, you're almost guessing. You shouldn't have to guess. So we know the internal low now gets manipulated. And then boom, we have this 4-hour low taken. So 4-hour low gets taken, equal lows. And now we're inside of this 4-hour. So simply just going to be watching. We know we're inside of this 1 hour on ES. We want to see if it wants to respect and if these lows do not want to get taken yet. So be the move here. Putting that change. Put a bomb by 3. Stop at the SMT. And we're just gonna hold. And we will go break even here. I'm just gonna be patient and wait. So we put in a change right here. Our stop is at the SMT, low. Putting a change right there, we pull back to it. And we know the low got manipulated, right? So no gaps here as well. So boom, we get stopped right there, right? That's the first entry we take. And now so this 30-second looks a lot more clean. So sell side gets taken here, that's the low, and then we actually manipulate it right here. So we're just gonna wait. Gonna continue to wait, be patient. We still have yet for ES to get down here, but if ES wants to get down here, then pretty much just go hands off, not really, touch anything at the moment. Don't need to force anything. Want to continue to go lower, this gap will hold, as well as this 30-second, so change will be up here if we want to run higher. Yeah, standard deviations up there, right above the break even. I want to see a change on both of these pairs. I would like to see it on this 30-second. This 30-second will hold if we want to run lower. So we just tapped the change. We did put in a 15-second change here. Pull back to it. So we're in. This gets invalidated. We run. We pull back to it twice. We've yet to take out sell side on ES, so we know we have an SMT in the market at the moment. So now we're going to look for this 30-second change to really confirm this bias. And if this 30-second change confirms it, we would run this first and then obviously put in that change. So I'm going to continue to look for, legs up out of this move. I took it off of the 15-second getting invalidated. Was confident. We pulled back to it. I entered prematurely, but I'm still looking for a 30-second to validate this trade. So again, break even at this high that we just put in. jump to the 5 minute, 3 minute, 2, 1, and I'll pretty much just be targeting this change in the state. So I'll be targeting up here at this change, break even here. Put in that 30-second change, pull back to it. I'm just gonna leave this on. SMT in the market at the lows. We have a 1 minute right here, just pulled back, tapped it. We're gonna tighten up our risk a little bit right there. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna get hunted here, but again, we took it confident. This whole entire leg ran, boom, change, pulled back. So at the end of the day, great trading. We took it based off of our model. We know we have an SMT at this low, so out of this move, I do want to see us run this gap here. First, run that gap, and then secondly, change here. If we can put both of that in, I'll look to add on this position. If we want to respect, then obviously there will be no add being put in. But if we do want to respect out of this, so now we first get that sell side low taken, but not external. So that's one thing to recognize. This does get taken. Now ES does have reason to move higher. But if we don't put this SMT in, if we don't hold this SMT, meaning this low does get taken, then I won't look to add. So I'd like to see a move here on ES getting higher. It's pretty much going to validate our trade. Gonna buy 2 more there. We put that change in, pull back. You know we still have this SMT in at the moment. We run that gap. Gonna tighten up our risk there. And boom, we're stopped. So nothing, no reason. Simply just waited, followed our rules, practiced our habits. Down probably about 400 on the day, so not really gonna look to continue to trade this. So we do put in this change to the downside, and we're looking to hunt lower. So that's all it is at the moment, Fill in this 3 minute, put in the change, and lower is getting hunted. So if we don't want to continue to pull back here, then there'll probably be no entry on the day. Longs are definitely not gonna, play out. So we're gonna look to seek lower here. Gonna enter here. We're gonna put a stop above this, and we're just gonna seek lower. So entered 4 here at this change. So we put in a lower time frame, right? On this 15-second, pulled back to it. And based upon where we're at, we already respected that 3 minute, right? No need to pull back to this 3 minute. So jump higher time frame. We're going to target our external right here. Put in a 1 minute change as well. Pull back to this inverse fully. Gonna look for that to hold. I do not want to see this hold here. If lower is the draw, so. And it looks like it's not gonna hold, so. I'm gonna sell 2 more here, right? And as soon as this low gets taken, we're gonna go break. Looking for a move to, you know, actually like spark here. So low gets taken, drop down to the 15-second. We're gonna tighten up our risk right here. I'd like to see this stay open and that one hold. So we'll go here. And we're just gonna watch. And we're stopped right here, I think. So we would need this to stay open and, you know, that to validate it. This is wide open still, so we're gonna move that up. We're not gonna move it up any higher. So we fully filled it, right? But I would like to see this, you know, hold. So boom. Didn't hold. We're probably gonna get a move back lower. So quick little stop out. So yeah, nothing's really happening after we got that big sell-off. And you know, we're back at this change. From here, I'd like to see a change out of it. If we're gonna tap this, right? And then on this 15-second, I don't want to see nothing here hold. And as well as this 30-second. So stop's gonna go at this high. That's it from there. So this is gonna be the last trade. Pulled back to the change, tapped it. That's gonna be the last trade. So from here, like I said, we're just gonna continue to target our external, and we're not gonna move our stops from here. We're just gonna watch and pretty much just let this trade play out. You know, I have confidence that lower is the draw. We consolidate, pull back to this 2-minute change, and we already filled a 3-minute. There would just be no reason for me to seek higher out of this. We're inside of this 4-hour. We're pretty deep inside of it. I would like to see at least, you know, we get here to the 50% mark. So we get here, we'll go break even. And then obviously we still are seeking lower. We have lows here. We have a lot of generated down there. So we have an external sell side level right there. Go to the 4-hour. I want to see us get all the way down, pretty much deeper into this 4-hour. We're not gonna get a rebalance here, so accumulation. I want to see, you know, us manipulate higher, obviously, which we've been doing. and then just seek lower. CES did not get low deep enough into this 4 hours, so I'm gonna look for it to, you know, follow and, you know, seep lower into that 4 hour as well. So and that's the account. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, we took a pretty big loss today. Um, took too many trades on the day for one. We were already down pretty well in this account, but you know, that's just the reality of it. You know, things happen. Um, you know, that is trading. You know, you can't be afraid of, you know, this type of stuff happening. It does happen, but again, you know, we had our change, we had our reason. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And like I said, you know, I did want to see lower out of it. We just get, you know, stopped out before that, and that's just what happens sometimes. There's no reason, but you know, things happen. Looks like we're gonna actually continue off, sell off lower. So again, yeah, not bad, but again, we just didn't have, you know, the capital or the funds in the account to not continue trading, but you know, put our stops at a position where we would be protected. So yeah, that's pretty much it on the day. Yeah, obviously it will be, but just gonna keep analyzing just to see, you know, where everything happened. Yeah, that was it here. That pullback up into that 30-second, and then we change, tap it. We're just gonna look to sell off. So that's pretty much gonna be it on the day. Yeah, that's just the reality of trading. So some things happen. Again, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back next week. You know, we're gonna look for just better days, better trading days, you know, come back smarter, come back, you know, more patient, everything. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.